Welcome back to another video by the ultimate assembly of critical tower defenders. First up we have Recon. He has been really good throughout the history of this game, especially in events, but he is nothing special. B tier. Archer. Archer has always been a solid cliff buff tower. Archer's only problem was that they had to rely on other cliff towers being in the meta. Ever since the sniper nerf, Archer has felt unusable. C tier. Artisan needs no introduction. Absolutely unstoppable. He is the complete package. Damage per second. Buffs. Portable. What more could you ask for in a tower? Even after the nerfs, Artisan will get the first S tier of the video. Bandit is an odd tower. Without any perks, it would be one of the worst towers in the game. The perks make this tower one of the most versatile and fun towers in the game. Roll swap plus potential bandit, plus Deadeye bandit? Perfect. Well-deserved A tier. Ah, Blaster. I swear everyone who uses this tower thinks they are in a tiki edit. Blaster has always been a solid choice for damage per second, but he is overshadowed by towers like Prophet and Cyborg. In Blaster's defense, he probably has the lowest cortisol out of all other DPS towers in the game. And for that reason, Blaster will be in B tier, not C tier. Now Bomber fell off hard. Just nobody uses him anymore. Even with his friend in Furnace, he still sucks. Like for the price for what you get out of this tower is shocking. However, Bomber isn't necessarily a useless tower. He still works well as... yeah. Bomber sucks, let's just put him in D tier and get on with this video. Cyborg is one of the all-time greats. He has never been bad. Usable in almost everything. But his only problem is how common he is. Like bro, I swear that these level 30s think they are so tough and exotic using this, even though everyone uses it. That reminds me of something else. Anyway, Cyborg is just such a good tower. He deserves nothing below an S tier. Cryolator is so mid. Even during the Cliff Tower meta, he was always overshadowed. I like Cryolator, so it is annoying I have to rank him this low. Part of the reason he is getting C tier is because of that attack noise. Please remove it. Level 20s using Ducky is linked to 90% of losses in CTD. This tower is a legend, but use him if you are going to use him properly. Don't disrespect this legend by playing him with Priest, Farmer, and Phantom. Ducky is so good when used correctly. Would be S tier if it wasn't for his delusional fans. Solid A tier. Dumpster Fire. There is a reason this tower is bait. I remember, I once saw a player using it for early game, and he was upgrading it to max level. This guy ended up in more debt than the US government. This tower should never be used for anything other than bait. It is literally and figuratively trash. Easy as D tier. Eradicator. This guy was a beast back in the good old days. He would wipe out whole waves. Now he just sits back waiting to be equipped. Eradicator, though it's still usable, he is a very situational tower. On the right maps, he can be as lethal as he was 2 years ago. The sad thing is, I haven't used this beast in months. I look forward to when he is back in the meta. But for now, he can sit in a C tier. Alright, time for what might be in the top 3 towers in the game. Farmer. This tower is him. Not like other economy towers where you have to upgrade and place your miners on these specific waves. Or Thief, where it needs constant attention and money to stay consistent. Farmer is so basic. You place it, say goodbye, and then upgrade it 5 waves later. It's that simple. And for that reason, Farmer can sit in S tier, which I'm sure is no surprise to anyone. As a player of the game for years, CTD almost never disappoints with special towers. Frost Reaver is capable of many things beyond freezing, but he just misses the S tier rank. Great fun tower, high a tier. Golden Bandit, solid tower. If he was a little cheaper and got hidden detection earlier, he would be higher up, especially after the nerfs. He can sit comfortably at B tier. Grenadier is so bad without any perks, But there is one perk that makes this tower almost an S tier. Promotion explosions. This version of the tower just appeared out of nowhere and literally replaced Tempest. This perk is so good at clearing leaks and shredding bosses. The best part is how cheap he is, and you can almost guarantee your money back when 3 or more people use him on a boss without shield. Amazing tower. The only reason he isn't higher is because there is a particular tower that can replace his spot in a loadout. A tier. Gunner. Great tower. Just the DPS is a little too low. Also, the perk is sick. B tier. This tower on release literally broke the game. One of the best primes ever in CTD. Hired Dreadeye would deal so much damage, it felt like a crime using him. Nowadays, he just waits to enter someone's loadout, except his popularity has been on the rise after the priest nerf because that perk is such a good alternative. It's sad to see a once overpowered tower not being an S tier, but I think the community can agree that Hired Dreadeye needed a nerf. B tier. Hot Rash. A very fun tower to play. I only ever use him as a joke, but recently he hasn't been that bad. Still, you don't use him for the quality of the tower. You use Hot Rash because you want everyone to think you are special. Low C tier. Hunter. From what was primarily a buff tower, Hunter has become a really solid DPS tower, especially for events. Cat's Eye Lair, Permafrost Outpost. You name it. Hunter still remains as a solid tower for buffing, and a popular tower among strategists. Except Hunter, when it comes to being used for the main game modes, you really only use him for the range buff. Now with Scarecrow and Artisan, I tend to gravitate to those two first before Hunter. Still, a high B tier. Alright, let's make this short and sweet. Incinerator is so bad. I look away for 1 second. Boom! He's already dead. What were the devs thinking? D tier. Infernus. Actually not a bad tower. Just, there is no reason to justify using him. He has solid early game DPS, he slows. He makes Bomber deal more damage? What's wrong with a tower like that? Well, have you ever heard of bang for your buck? This tower is so expensive for what you get out of it. If it were cheaper, maybe it would get a B, easily an A tier if Bomber was back in the meta. For now though, Infernus is getting a C tier. Alright, Juggernaut. He is a cool tower. Maybe if he had hidden, cost twice as much, he could have a low B tier grade. But let's just admit it. He sucks. D tier. Mercenary after the rework is so good. I still can't get over it even though it was ages ago. Crazy DPS and a buffing ability as well. This tower is great. Just falls behind other key damage towers like Prophet and Cyborg. I tier. Minor. It's very likely that this is the best economy tower in the game for hard and normal mode. He doesn't have that many flaws, other than the fact that he requires so much maintenance compared to other economy towers. I swear at the end of every wave I have to turn my auto-clicker on to make sure I upgrade them in time, in the right order. Good tower, a pain to use. B tier. Ninja. Underrated. Good for early game. I just find that Ninja's damage is too low to hold up. Easy C tier. Wow, that was not tough. S tier. Priest. Now this tower always gets overshadowed. After the nerf that made his damage buff 50% lower, Mercenary's ability, and the introduction of Dreadeye Beam Strike, Priest has been demoted from S tier down to A tier. Still a great choice. Talk about buff towers. Programmers like the Toyota of CTD. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Our tower. Programmer is so reliable, and he has always been consistent throughout the history of the game. Absolute legend. A tier. Prophet. Is it better than Cyborg? I think so. Prophet deals more damage, and you can never have enough of them. S tier. April Fool's Recon. It's very bad. Yet I don't think it is bad enough to belong in D tier. I must say this tower isn't unusable. It's fun, but it can still be practical in some scenarios. I think we also got the image for April Fool's Recon and Recon mixed up. My bad, gang. C tier for April Fool's. Usable, but bad. Samurai has the most aura and critical tower defense. No There's so much aura, I had to say the game by its full name for his ranking. Sick tower, fun to use, great at mid-game, but he just lacks the spam ability factor. Like, you only need one. Placing more is just a waste of money. I'm going to be a little harsh, but a high B tier should do. Good old Scarecrow. He has been a beast in events, but in normal game modes, I think he can stay out of my loadouts. With events like Trial of Infinity and Endless Space of Burning Time, I can guarantee you that almost all of those strategies have a Scarecrow in it. Like our Endless Space of Burning Time strategy, you should go check out. B tier, so... Shocker. So much damage. The final boss of DPS. S tier. Smuggler. Just why? Such a random tower to release. I mean, it's damage. Buff is good, I guess. But there are other towers that give damage buffs. Better, damage buffs. It's just an odd tower to bring into the game, or use in your loadout. C tier. This tower at one point had its own tier. Sniper pre-nerf was honestly one of the best towers of all time. Alright, I'm going to stop glazing the old Sniper and focus on the new one. Sniper still isn't bad. He deals a lot of damage. And Sniper is versatile in events, main game mode, basically anything. Still, Sniper lacks the DPS he once had. I will comfortably put Sniper in B tier. Maybe we will have another cliff meta next update. The only reason you would use Snowman is either for a strategy video that told you to use it, or for Snowman's ability. That ability is carrying this tower. I'm sorry, Snowman fans, but he is going straight into C tier. Soulmaster is such a special tower. There aren't many towers that are great at early game, mid-game, and late game. Soulmaster has some of the best crowd control in the game. His perk is great, and he is a really accessible tower for new players. I'm going to give him an A tier, but I think the community needs to sign a petition to bring back the old Grasslands map, where the orbs would go right around that square. If you know, you know. In my opinion, the best early game tower, Spearman, especially with fervent beats. He can solo most of Insane up until Destroyer if placed well. Spearman's flaw, though, is exactly that. He is only really good early to mid-game. But that does not make Spearman a bad tower, as early game is usually his purpose. I will give him a high B tier. I haven't had that much experience with Technomancer. He seems pretty good. I mean, most new towers are. Plus, Technomancer is very cool, so that is extra points. From what I've seen, Technomancer is a great tower. He definitely belongs in A tier. Tempest. Ever since Vanguard dropped, nobody used him for leaks. I mean, why would you? You can only use his ability once, when there are towers like Phantom, Promotion, Explosion, Grenadier, and Vanguard, to name a few. I feel bad, but I'm going to have to put Tempest in a low C tier. He's fun to play and cool, but it just makes me sad how hard this tower fell off. Many people could argue that Thief gives the most money out of all economy towers in the game, and that it's probably true. But Thief is just so inconsistent. He gives such an inconsistent amount of money each wave if you are playing with other people. Still a great tower. Thief can join Miner in B tier. Yep, D tier all day. Okay, I'll say something about him. Using Toxicator does not make you special. He sucks. Just admit it. We are already down to the last 3 towers. Vanguard is such a fun tower to play. I've duoed normal with my friend, and we just used Vanguard. Beat that Phantom. Vanguard is really good. The thing that kills this tower is his leak management ability. He has a slow cooldown, and I just feel like Phantom cleans up leaks better than Vanguard. Also, I can't remember any strategy that told me to use Vanguard. Still, A tier. Such a fun tower. Ever since the Vanguard buff, he has probably been the best non-path melee tower. The DPS and crowd control of this tower is mental. Also, this tower gets max points on aura. Vanguard is just good for everything. Great at mid-late game especially. I love this tower. High A tier is what I'm going to give him, just off an S tier. Finally, Warrior. Pretty boring tower, but he isn't bad. Versatile, good perks, basic. Sometimes that is all you need in a tower. I think Warrior deserves a high C tier. Alright, that's it. I'll link the tier list in the description. You can also make your own with that template. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.